everybody, how's it going? It's a Daily Shooter, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Vortex Viper PST Gen 2. Now, before we get started, I want to let you know that this scope was sent to the channel by Optics Planet. They're a huge supporter of the channel, so I try and support them as well. And for a limited time, they've actually doubled my discount code that I can give to you guys. So typically it's TDS5, you get 5% off your entire order. But until September 2nd of 2018, I'll put more details down below, you can use the discount code TDS10 and save 10% on your entire order, and that also includes this scope and this mount. So now let's go ahead and get started. We'll take a closer look at this thing. Now, a couple of years ago, I started to dabble in long-range shooting, and since then, it's just become more of an addiction. You know, long-range shooting can be a lot of fun. It is not only very relaxing, but it's also very challenging. And so instead of just taking shots at targets, 50 yards or 100 yards away and just, kind of having fun at the range, you're really there for more of a purpose. You want to see if you can drop that little bullet into a small target that's very, very far away. And it's very satisfying when you make that happen. Well, when you go into long-range shooting, you start noticing that your needs sort of increase as well. You need a better firearm, you need a better cartridge, and a lot of times you need a better optic as well. And that's where this thing came into play. This is the optic that I most recently had mounted to a 6.5 Creedmoor build that I had put up. And I gotta tell you, for 6.5 Creedmoor, a cartridge that's extremely capable of shooting longer ranges, this scope worked out really well. All right, now let's go over some of the details and features. This is a second focal plane scope with an MOA reticle. They also sell it in first focal plane with both MOA and mil-dot reticles, but you want to kind of figure exactly what's going to fit your needs the best. Because for me, long-range shooting, I decided to go with a second focal plane reticle due to the fact that it does not enlarge as I go through my magnification range. So the reticle looks exactly the same on 5 power as it does on 25 power. So this really nice reticle right here, and it holds true every single time. So you have great windage and elevation adjustments, great re-zero ability, and I was very, very happy with this thing overall. So it's definitely something worth checking out, and I definitely think it's worth the money. Again, you don't want a really nice expensive rifle that shoots an expensive cartridge and then just put a cheap piece of glass on it. Just doesn't make any sense to me. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching.
Going down, but I wanted to get this video in outside because it's a beautiful night out here in Carolina. It's actually the first evening that it's been below 100 in a while. It's like 95. So that's like nice and cool and refreshing apparently. But today we're going over the scope that you guys see on this rifle and that you guys have seen throughout the video so far. This is the Trijicon VCOG, the variable power combat optical gun sight, I believe is what it stands for. So this is a 1:6 scope. It's got some things that are very different from other 1:6 offerings out there on the market, some things that are similar. But basically today what we're gonna do is go over the scope in terms of the details, features of it, the reticle that it has, other reticle options, and then basically my experience with it overall, what I think of it, all of that stuff. And that's pretty much it. We'll let the dogs take a look at it first and come back out here and get into it. Getting into the details of the scope, we'll start here at the back and sort of work our way forward. We do have our fast focus eye ring here. So what this is for those that don't know, on the back of the scope, is everyone's eyesight, of course, is different. Your prescription levels may be different. Some of you guys have astigmatism, some don't, etc. What this allows you to do is to set the reticle so that it's clear to your eye, because again, everyone is different. Me personally, I tend to have really good vision and I don't have astigmatism, so I usually keep mine all the way down. There's some exceptions to that, but what I like about this one is, I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's not super easy to turn. I mean, it's not like overly hard. You don't need a wrench or anything, but it takes some movement. So say for instance you had to set it like that, you can see here I'm moving the entire rifle here on this mount, on this rest rather, without moving the ring at all. So you do have to actually turn it if you want to do so. So that is good because it will stay, of course, where you want it, which is nice as well. Moving forward, we have the adjustable magnification ring. Now, this one differs from some of the other premium offerings out there on the market in a few ways. Primarily, the fact that it has this fin here. So some of the other high-end scopes out there on the market will have a lever, a throw lever built into them, which is cool. This one has a fin. Now, why would that be, right? My personal opinion is that everything Trijicon makes, especially their ACOG, VCOG, MRO type of, all into the winter, but as of right now, no one knows what they're going to go with, but I know this is a contender for it, and I think for good reason. This thing, super durable, super rugged, 100% made in America, like I said, has all the integrated mount and all that stuff that we talked about. It's got a lot going for it. Now, is it for everybody? Nope. Do you need it? Nope. Not. Do you need to spend that kind of money, rather, to have a 1:6 scope? No, you don't. But if you want one that's very, very high quality and is going to compete with some of the Night Force offerings, the Collies or Kales, I have no idea how to say it, some of the higher end Leupold low power variable optics, this will compete very well with all of those, and in a lot of cases probably be a little bit more durable than them, especially when you consider the mount option. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys have any questions about the scope, as always, you can post down below in the comment section. You can also post over at my Facebook page that I referenced earlier. That's the best place to really get in touch with me if you guys actually need an answer or need a response to something. And like I said, follow me over there too, so you guys can see the deals that I post up pretty often as well. But that's it, guys. We're going to close the video out with that. We're losing the sunlight anyway. But thanks for watching, guys.
The Vortex Strike Eagle. Let's check it out. Today we're going to take a look at the Vortex Strike Eagle. This is a 1x6 illuminated reticle scope, and really a great entry-level scope. The thing is, 1 to 4 has been kind of the king of the hill for a long time, and it was a very reasonably priced scope. The magnification was just right for 3-gun, for close quarter combat, even for hunting, for especially the AR or any semi-automatic rifle. The 1x6 is kind of taken over by storm, and this is, for the money, an exceptional scope. Now, the reticle system on the Strike Eagle is illuminated, but it also has a bullet drop compensator built in, and this is matched to the 5.56 specifically for the AR-15. You sight in at 50 yards, and then the center is 20 to 200 yards, and then you go to 300, 400, 500, and 600 hash marks. And we're going to be looking at the reticle system to show you how that looks through the scope itself to your 6-power setting. So it's very intuitive if you're sitting behind the scope and be able to get to that really quickly. Another thing, the focus ring is large and really easy to get that in focus. One of the things too, and it's funny because the older I get, the more I end up using this. That's on the glass shows up in contrast as much as I need it to. So this really kind of shines in evening, low light, or no light situations. So you can bump this up and you can set the adjustment to wherever you want to. It is tactile, but that'll get you at least ready to start shooting. Now on the Vortex website, the MSRP is $429.99. At Three Rivers Precision, this scope is available for $329.99, which is a great price.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going over this optic that you see in my hands right here and that you saw throughout the intro on a couple different rifles. This is the Vortex Razor 1:6 Gen 2 E. So that's kind of a lot wrapped up in there. So obviously it's a low power variable optic going from 1x to 6x. One thing I will tell you right up front, people always ask, how's the 1x? Is it a true 1x? For a 1:6, it's absolutely excellent and probably the best I've seen in the 1 to 6 range. And I say that because for those that don't understand low power variable optics, something that is a 30mm tube like we have here, all things being equal, a 1 to 4, generally speaking, is going to have a better 1x than say like a 1 to 8. Now, there's a lot of math that goes into that, but another thing that also goes into it is the type of glass that they have. This one here, of course, has high density glass. That helps a lot in terms of getting yourself a true 1x. And this one, again, very, very close, which is nice because it gives you a lot of speed up close and personal. But then, of course, when you spin that ring over, you get up to 6 power and it gives you a lot more capabilities to either positively identify targets, discriminate between targets, and then, of course, if you have to engage those targets, do so with much better precision than you probably could with that red dot. So, all of that aside, let's let the dogs take a look at it and then get into the details of the scope. And at the end, we'll wrap it up, hopefully with what I think of it overall. Or whatever the case may be, it allows you to get the reticle as crisp as it could possibly be for what you see, because everybody sees things a little bit differently. So that is that. Now the lenses, both the rear and the front, are going to have some interesting coatings on them. The one that's probably most important to me anyway is going to be their Armor Tech coating. Basically, it's a specialized coating that Vortex has developed in order to prevent scratching. Now, I've never used the lens. Thanks for watching, guys.
Hi, this is Joe with Vortex Optics. We're here today to talk to you about the Diamondback Riflescope series. The Diamondback has a reputation in the industry for one of the best hunting scopes your money can buy. The Diamondback comes in various configurations and reticles, which you'll see here. Let's take a minute to walk you through this amazing rifle scope. Starting at the front of the scope, all lenses are fully multi-coated for crystal clear, bright images from dawn to dusk. Going onto the tube, it's a solid one-piece aircraft-grade aluminum tube for superior durability and shockproof. Internally, the scope is argon purged and O-ring sealed for a lifetime of waterproof and fog-proof performance. Moving on to the turrets, they're metal-on-metal precision turrets that offer the ability to zero reset after sight-in. Again, as we move inside the scope, we have a precision glide erector system which ensures accurate tracking and repeatability. And then as we make our way to the back of the scope, we have a fast focus eyepiece that allows you to quickly get a clear image of your reticle and then very generous eye relief. And that's going to cover it for the Vortex Diamondback Rifle Scope. If you're looking to stretch your dollar for the best hunting rifle scope that your money can buy, I strongly urge you head down to your local Vortex dealer to take a look at one of these today. As with all of our rifle scopes, the Diamondback comes with our legendary VIP warranty, which is our lifetime, unconditional, unlimited guarantee.